mind me. We're talking about envy today, dealing with it.
That sound is good when you can admit it.
Sajay said, bad mind is good when you can admit it. Hi. The high frequency sound off question of the day. What advice would you give someone who is envious of someone else's life or success? What advice would you give someone who's envious of someone else's life or success? Now, Vanessa, my frequent flyer, my eagle, says, good evening, Queen. And then she say, big up the eagle them, uno large. Yes, my frequent flyers, my eagles. Now she says, Queen, here with my grateful self, giving thanks for the privilege to be among the living. Now, in regard to your question, not much to say on this more than be patient. Your time will come. Don't get bad mind over what people have accomplished. You don't know how they attained it. That is so true. The sound off question of the day. What advice would you give someone who is envious of someone else's life or success? Ricardo Porteos from Glengoff. Send me a bag of things. Me can't read the whole of them something, Ricardo. We're not going to until about tomorrow morning. So let us see now. I'll read one of them. He says, find the specific source of the person's jealousy. Most jealousy comes from fears. The fear of being disrespected or not being loved can be powerful influences. Find out what fear is fueling the jealousy to gain perspective or where they are coming from. The jealousy can stem from a variety of sources: physical objects, personal relationships, professional positions, social status. All right, Ricardo, I see you. I appreciate your response. Mike from Kenya says, hi, Alaine, texting you from Nairobi, Kenya. Hello, Mike. Well, go on. Mike says, what you do to people like those is to ask them to work toward their own success or life and stop wasting time envying other people's success. John from Hanover. John, you sent me a voice note, but I cannot hear it well, so I cannot play it on the radio. Too much background noise. So if you could resend it before 5 o'clock strikes. Now, Roxanne says, my frequent flyer, my eagle, says, the advice I would give someone who is envious of another's lifestyle is that what for you can be for you. Focus on your own peas in your pot instead of someone else's. While you're idolizing someone else's life, not knowing all the things that person went through, your peas is going to burn up. Come on now, don't burn up the peas. Focus on for your pot, Roxanne says. T from Clarendon says, never be envious of someone else's life or success because everyone has a journey and you might not be willing to take that journey to achieve that life. So true, T. T says, behind every successful life, you will find a lot of testings and trials. That is wisdom, T. Bam! From New Jersey says, my advice is simply be yourself because all that you seek to make you happy is inside you. Take care of you and all will be well. Yes, Bam, loving it. Pete Wilderson says, first, the Bible states, come on with the Bible, sir. The Bible states, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Therefore, I would tell them to stop it. And he puts stop it in all caps. Then he says, then I will tell them to try to get it for themselves. Sadly, people tend to covet the finished product of something, not taking into account sweat and tears that the person goes through to get that finished product done. So true, Pete. Brianna Daly chimes in and says, I would say that they shouldn't be envious, but instead they should be inspired. That's good, Brianna. And try to reach where that person is in life. Now, Greg says, simple, mind your GAD damn business and live for yourself. Wow. And Greg says, I'm a Jamaican living in New York. I was introduced to your station less than a month ago and I'm truly appreciating all its programs. I listen every day. Love your topics and conversations. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much for making it the choice of your ears all day long, Greg. The Edge 105.1 and 105.3 FM. Pat from the UK. Pat, I cannot play your voice note because I haven't gotten a chance to listen to it before we got on air. So, we can't take no risk, even though you are my eagle, you are my frequent flyer, and I appreciate you and thank you for your support. So Pat was chiming in. Unfortunately, we cannot we can't listen to that. We can't air it before. Yeah, we listen to it before we get on air. But the question of the day, I think, was adequately dealt with by everyone. Focus on yourself. That was very poignant. I think one of my eagles said, "Focus on your peas, pan the fire." Because if you look on somebody else's peas, your peas are gonna burn up. Focus on yourself. Use their happiness, their success, their growth as inspiration for you to know that if God did it for them, He can do it for you too. And it's okay. Sometimes we have to be just accepting of the fact that some people will have more than us in life, and that's okay. Focus on being the best you can be, on having the most you can have by delving deep inside of you and saying, hey, so there's more for me, and I'll go after it because I deserve the best things. We started the day off by setting a high frequency intention, and that intention was to be mentally strong, to build healthy beliefs about myself, my world, and my fellow man. My world is what I make it. So I am not going to be envious of anybody else. I'm going to be creative. And even when the little toops of bad mind might rear its head, you just kind of nip it in the bud and you say, that is not me. I will not focus on this low frequency energy. I am going to focus on that which will uplift me and others. And then we spoke with, a prolific writer, speaker, just an amazing, authentic person, Pastor Michael Carter, who shared his journey through the darkest of times. Just really was just talking about the importance of airing the parts of us that we seek to hide in order to heal them. He really spoke about practical Christianity, of searching for God by looking at different types of religions. He encouraged us to search, to read all the books. He says he's an avid reader. We should follow that trend, that example, because the more you know is simply the more you know. And knowledge is power. Make sure you know why you believe what you believe. Never be a blind sheep just following just because you heard somebody tell you. You must have a strong reason to hold the beliefs that you do. So yeah, man, you can stand up behind them. Really beautifully spoke to us about living out of a sense of purpose, being patient with the healing process, and being awake to your divine design. And then I just spoke to international recording artist. Oh my goodness, Cranium, Kamar Donaldson, just told us all types of wisdom. Just was here, just spewing all types of gems. Talk to us about knowing, don't overthink things, he said, and nobody no better than you, nobody no bigger than you. Set your dreams high. Wow, what a day! Like I say every day. Then go alone, but if you wanna go far, then go together. Let's go far together on a high frequency. I am grateful to my producer Roxy Nickel and to my technical producer Mr. Sajay Watson for the things they do. Dion Mattis is up next. She's actually in the studio with the home run. Thank you to my eagles. I appreciate you, my frequent flyers. Every day you lift me higher. We rise higher together. I am Alaine, your ITAL cheerleader. May God keep you, cover you, bless you, prosper you, and bring you back here same time, same place tomorrow. Until then, take